I wake up in the morning and after an episode has been released, I'll jump online.
We're so present on a number of platforms these days. The number of views and likes and all of these things, people just want to understand how do I live in a three birds home?
Walking like a man, hitting like a hammer, she's a juvenile scam. Never was a quitter, tasted like a rainbow. She's got the look.
We got to that point in the business where things were a little bit crazy, they were very full on.
We went into this business to kind of be our own bosses and then got kind of 4 or 5 years down the track and went, oh, hold on, we need a boss. We still need a boss.
So when we decided that we needed a CEO, Lana told us that she knew the perfect person.
Someone at the top that could really manage the direction of the company and keep us all in check so we could focus on leading our own department, so to speak.
So yeah, Three Birds Renovations has had so many key milestones. Since I've been here, 7 houses. We've launched a book, gone into its 12th print run. We've launched online schools, the Reno School, Styling School. Gosh, we've got about 18,000 students now. We've done home shows, open homes where we've had people lining up for hours, and it just keeps on keeping on.
And today we welcome in the three birds, Lana, Bonnie and Erin. The 3 women swapping stilettos for steel
It's a great
caps.
story, the savvy businesswomen now making their mark.
So one of the most commonly asked questions we get with emails and DMs and messages non-stop
Is, oh God, I would just love for you to do my house. I would love to have a Three Birds house.
The question can be rephrased in different ways, but people want to live in a three birds home.
I don't know if it was before our first house or just after our first house. I can't remember, but it was really, really early on. And Lana said to us,
You know what? I think eventually we should aim to have a three birds home that people can buy and put on their block of land, like a project home or a spec home.
So at that point in time, when we'd flipped 1 or 2 homes, the concept of this project home seemed so irrational, to be honest.
and I remember thinking like, as if.
Bon and I were just like, yeah, Lana, whatever.
It was something I guess the girls thought would be fantastic, but not necessarily a reality at that particular point in time.
But for me, it was an obvious part of our destiny and our future.
To pull all of our favourite pieces of Three Birds.
All of those ideas and concepts together.
I felt that eventually we'd want to give people the opportunity to live in a three birds home.
That you could buy, that you could put on your block of land, that's a Three Birds home.
She's got the look. She's got the look. She's got the look. She's got the look. And I go la 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 la.
I remember Lance called me. She said, just had a phone call from a gentleman and he wants to sit down and have a chat about doing a Three Birds home.
Rawson Homes had heard that we were considering building Three Birds Dream Homes.
Our customers spend a lot of time with us here in our design studio, and consistently they would put in front of us pictures of homes that they love. Three Birds images just kept coming up. So we reached out.
They reached out to us and said, if you're going to do it with us. And the timing was just right.
The biggest name in renovation and the look was Three Birds.
She's got the look. She's got the look. She's got the look. What in the world can make
We looked into Rawson Homes, did a lot of research on them, and they certainly had a great track record.
Rawson have been operating for many years as a very reputable knockdown rebuild company.
These people are experts in this area.
But what was really great was that it was clear everyone believed in the vision.
To create this home for everyone that we are so proud of, that we want everyone to see and feel like it's amazing when they walk in the door.
A home designed by Three Birds that can be built over and over again on someone else's block of land.
This project is going to be a game changer.
So with Rawson Homes on board, we gave ourselves the time to sit down and work out what were the non-negotiable Three Birds signature items that had to be in this home.
This is the first time ever we're doing a vision board that doesn't take inspiration from holiday destinations or from other things we see from Pinterest or Instagram. This is inspiration from our homes. That's what's different here, but I think we've done enough homes to get inspo from. The vision of this truly being the best of the birds home had to be true.
All of these things that really make a home feel like a Three Birds home.
How do we want this house to feel?
When I think Three Birds, I think coastal.
I think holiday at home.
I'll never forget my brother, nearly every time he walks into our house, he says, oh, it just feels so good in here. So that's how we want these people to feel.
Good.
Yeah.
Feels so good.
Feels so
good.
'Cause it feels so good.
Your home does coastal in a really clear way. When we look at all the pictures of your home, it says coastal. I mean, even just a palm tree, right?
You can have the same thing too.
What does this home need to have for it to be a signature Three Birds home?
And the great thing is we've used a lot of these products before, so we're just picking
The best of Three Birds. We all know it works.
In terms of a void, I can speak from living with my void now for many years. Still absolutely the best decision we made was putting that void in that home. It's amazing what an empty space gives you.
Yeah.
Well, that's how we transformed to House 3.
Little moments, bar areas, bench seats,
Statement engineered stone.
little tiny mud rooms.
You know, something that I've been thinking about and again I enjoy every day is a wide hallway.
'Cause it feels so good.
There's just so many things about this home that we plan on doing. You know, the use of cladding.
And I think if I think of all the main bedrooms we've done over the years, it's almost a little second living area for adults these days. You want to go into the bedroom and it feel like an escape. The curved ends of the island. Everyone loved that from House 9.
Quirky handles.
It's functional and it works.
And the fireplace inspo is coming straight from Bonnie's home.
There's a gas strut window.
Oh, it's just going to be divine.
Amazing tiles, and I think all the guys that we work with when we do our, you know, our normal renovations, they've got to come to the party in this house.
Okay, girls, we're going old school today with our vision board. I love it. From all the images we've identified, let's whack them up and see how they look together.
All right. Where's our key one with the pool?
It's up. I just put it up.
Oh, did you just put it up?
With all of this up here now, if we had to give it a hashtag, we had to name this style, what are some words that we can put together that represent this?
I think it's got to have coastal in it.
It's relaxed, it's...
Is it just coastal cool? Just coastal
Do you mean cool like cold or like...
No, like cool, like it's uber cool.
Well, cool. I think coastal cool is great and I love the sea and the sea. So now we just have to make it happen. I mean, it's one thing to put it up here. Now we have to get it on paper, drawn, with Rawson and then built.
Now, designing this Three Birds dream home to fit the budget we set has been a real challenge. You know, the very first meeting that we had with Rawson, it was a real eye-opener.
So I thought we could kind of walk through the design. So if we want to start at the front door, so you come in through the beautiful porch that's there.
There are lots of little constraints that we don't generally have in our builds because we're controlling what we're doing.
The main difference is under CDC you can't have the rear balcony. And that's because there's a rule that says you have to be 3 metres off the side boundary.
So the design process was lengthy for this job.
I think we've got to just continue to refine the price as we go.
And it was two competing schools of thought.
Excluding the features that is listed below. So excluding the rake ceilings and dormers, the stair, the voids.
Excluding.
So you then need to look at the number.
There was the absolute passion for design and the look that Three Birds brought.
And we had to really push the boundaries and push the envelope on design to make sure it lived up to the Three Birds dream home we've had in our head and what Bonnie, Erin and I could see.
I am really struggling to see how we are pulling more off this home and then producing a Three Birds home. I'm struggling.
I did think, wow, what have we got on our hands here?
So there's moments that we're negotiating where, you know, we're saying, let's do this staircase, and Rawson's like, we don't do staircases like that. But they're also fantastic in realising that's why they got us. That's why we're here. And we're here doing a project home to do something a little bit different.
So they get framed up. So when this wall gets framed up here, like this, and you've got the little duck in,
It might even
this
come
gets
from-
framed up.
It's almost like a little mini room.
You know, we've got a few non-negotiables that we presented to them that were the real showstoppers for this home. And, you know, the tricky process from there was saying, okay, how do we get that and then that? Point blank, how do we save $200,000 off the design that we came up with?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, it's Judgment Day.
I know where you're going, Bon.
I'm thinking if I've got my 2 rakes,
And your void, like
And my
a void
void.
is like 6 metre height once
I'm
you get
feeling
that.
like could we just go standard ceiling height here?
Upstairs.
And what do I say? What do I say?
820.
So how far off are we?
And you know, after half an hour of deliberating, we'd saved $800. Like $800. It's crazy. So, yeah, there was certainly a lot of work to do.
What about, like girls, let's put our thinking hats on how we usually save money. Lots of fun, lots of banter, but also some serious discussions about the home. But one of the biggest, most important decisions is, well, where do we build the first 3-birds dream home? And we all realised we should really showcase it in a real suburb, in a real street, someone's real knockdown rebuild. That is the most authentic way to show how this concept will come to life. So then we had to find the perfect knockdown rebuild.
So during the early research phase of this project home concept, Candice had told us she's renovating her house, she's doing a
Pop the top to create a second story in our family home, just to create more space. We loved where we live, we love the neighbourhood, we just needed more space. And
She'd gone like quite the way down the track in regards to pulling together her dream of her family home.
And it just got to the point where she said, would you guys consider doing your first 3-birds dream home with Rawson on my block of land?
Family, all in this together. Family, we're taking a chance. Family, like birds of a feather.
It's a risky thing. You know, she's our CEO. We've never done a knockdown rebuild before. There's a lot of financial commitments being made by whoever this person is, by us, by Rawson Homes.
I think the biggest concern going in is probably a common concern for a lot of people is budget. You know, you go in and you set all your numbers on the page and you're just really clear with it, but you just want to make sure that it's done on time, in full, and to budget.
Gosh, that's a lot of pressure. You know, a lot of pressure to take all of Candice and Drew's money that they were going to put into a renovation and put it behind our first home.
When we weighed up the 2 options of renovating versus detonating, we knew that we would get actually a better outcome.
The most important thing for me is that when I come home, it feels like a place I can relax in. And from everything that I've seen through the process, I'm absolutely positive that I'll get that feeling when I walk inside.
I remember questioning Candice and saying, but why don't you just renovate your home? And I remember talking to her and her saying, yeah, but if I renovate, I can't get a garage. I've got 1 living space for 3 children and it's a very small living space. It just wasn't right for her, and there were so many reasons because I really did push her on it. I really did kind of say, we can renovate this. We can, you know, I love renovating. I'm a massive fan of renovating. I also love building, but the house to me was like, oh, we can do this, we can renovate it. But there were so many reasons why we couldn't, and she had all of them.
And also, I think for the 3-birds Rawson home, a lot of that risk and mystery is actually taken away. And I think for other people who will buy this home, 3-birds and Rawson have done the work for you. There's nothing to think about. It is living the dream. The dream can be yours. And you know, that's why this home is, whilst it's going to be our home, it's an idea that can carry on beyond our family. And the job's basically been done for you by the experts.
it made sense in the end, you know. It felt like the right first house to build was Candace's.
I was walking along, minding my business, when out of an orange-colored sky, flash, bam, alakazam, wonderful, you came by.
You will ask all three of us this question: how confident are you feeling? And all three of us are probably going to give a really, really different answer. I know Lana's answer.
I'm not nervous at all. I'm really excited about it. We've never actually like totally bulldozed a house.
Ez's will be a little bit more reserved and probably just a little bit more, look, I think we've done a really great job and I think we've done the work we need to have a fabulous home.
And then, you know, just that knowledge that we've got, you know, 8 to 10 months ahead of us of building it back up.
Mine is always just a little bit worried. I just worry. I don't know why. I just do.
But what's really clear is the moment that wrecking ball comes through, with or without Miley Cyrus, I'm not sure. We've invited her along. She might not turn up. But when that happens, there's no turning back.
One look and I yell timber. Watch out for flying glass. Cause the ceiling fell in and the bottom fell out. I went into a spin and I started to shout, I've been hit.
Got a little bit teary just thinking, well, there goes my house. And also thinking, well, I don't have a house anymore. You know, it's gone.
Bam, alakazam and goodbye.
Rawson are creating this home with 3 birds to shake up the marketplace.
There is so much you're going to learn and can take away from how we made our design choices. All the fixtures and fittings decisions that could apply to your home that you're renovating, any build you're doing, any project. Oh my God.
To pull all of our favourite pieces of 3 birds.
All of those ideas and concepts together.
You're going to learn as much, if not more, than you ever have before.
We can rule the world. We can rule the world.
This project is going to be a game changer.